It is Monday, March 25th. We are back after a little weekend getaway. We have a 4-game slate today. It is Dagger and Jimmy J breaking everything down for you. As you know, we have our Twitter handle, Budget Baller DFS. Check us out on Twitter. We got our YouTube channel where we post all our videos if you're not going to watch with us live. How you doing today, Dagger? What's happening?
Jimmy J, back after the weekend. Couple tough slates over the weekend, but, we're still hanging tough.
That's right. We cast yesterday, but we barely snuck in there. But we'll take anything that's a positive profit.
Nice little 4-game slate today to start off on Monday. Got 2 or 3 NBA slates before we switch over to the MLB season coming up on Thursday. So I'm really, really excited about that. How about you, Jimmy?
Stack them fucking stack that Yanks lineup on Thursday.
It's okay, Jimmy.
We all get one. I got excited, and baseball's my time.
Baseball. So the penny pinchers will be switching over to full-time baseball on the 28th. So the NBA slate will be down and fire up 162 games of baseball, boys.
Yes, sir. All right, but let's get into basketball. We got 4 games, starting with our only early bird 7 p.m. game. We got Philly, Orlando. I don't think there's really any injury news unless you had Briscoe inked into your lineup.
Nope, that's all I got too.
Awesome. Then we're going to jump right on in with Philly. Philly, man, really never a lot of value outside of their 4 studs. I'm big on Embiid, Simmons, Butler, whatever one you want to play today. Honestly, though, I'm not feeling Harris. I feel like when they're all healthy now that they've integrated Harris, Butler's back and thinking it. I'm really big on Butler, honestly, of the 3.
Yeah, Joel Embiid's always in play. Simmons is another guy that I don't really like anyways, but I guess could be in play tonight for 8,400. If I was going to play any of them, you went Butler. I'd probably go Harris. I mean, he hasn't really been getting there lately for the 7,000 salary he's been averaging.
Yeah.
But it is a return game against Orlando, so it always has a little bit of juice for some players. And if JJ Redick has any value either, 5,600, he's also in a return game. He spent the early years of his career in Orlando. On the Philly side, I don't think anybody on the bench even is a look for me. Those guys aren't even usable unless they're getting starts for injuries. Philly's a tough play today. I mean, this is going to be a really competitive basketball game because both teams have a little bit of something to play for. Orlando's in the 9 seed right now, so they need to play hard every game. And Philly wants to stay above who's behind them right now. Let's see.
Pacers.
Yeah, the Pacers. That's right. So they want to stay above the Pacers. They want to stay in that 3 seed. And Orlando's trying to play their way in. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could get away with probably one of these plays pretty safely on this slate.
I can respect the Redick play. I guess, he put up about 10 straight duds, goes in and plays Orlando, his old team, and just ended up putting 40. I bought in on it, and it worked. I don't know if it's going to work again, but if you want to take a shot on Redick, I guess I can respect it just because it's one of them things.
Yeah, if he gets hot from 3, it's going to be a good night for you. You're probably going to meet your value.
But I don't know. I hate it because he's kind of like the 4th option,
for sure,
or 5th option, honestly.
For sure.
All right, well,
I think Embiid's really in play.
Oh, you still got – well, yeah, you can play Embiid any day. Even with Vucevic, I mean, Embiid is Embiid.
Yeah, but I mean, 10-4 is kind of steep, but I think he's really in play here.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's just it's 4-game slate. You got to be careful with who you're buying because you're going to have to buy a couple guys low if you're pricing for him.
Yep.
Orlando, they're going out and banging every night. They're only a game back, I think, still of the Heat for the 8th spot in the Eastern Conference. So, I got a couple guys I've written down. I just love Aaron Gordon, so I always got Gordon written down. I'm thinking about taking a shot on Fournier today. He's really been balling out down the stretch. I'm still not sold on Ross. He's just too herky-jerky for me, but I do like Fournier and Gordon tonight. How about you?
Yeah, Orlando, I don't know if I like anyone because you don't know who's going to put up the big numbers. I mean, we were crushing for Aaron Gordon on Friday afternoon, and He said, I got nothing for you in 40 minutes. He dropped 13.
Yeah, dude.
So the only positive about that is his salary came down 500 from that game. They kind of leveled him out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, the Fournier Ross thing was just a coin toss where they both had 40 plus fantasy points. So if I was going to play anyone from this game, I'd probably have to throw Augustine in there because Philly's had a really, really tough time with point guards lately. Kyrie sliced them up pretty good. And the other night, Kemba got him good, and then Trae Young got him real good. So I think their weak spot, if they had one, was a smaller point guard. But for me, I don't think I'm going to play anybody on this slate. I don't even like Vooch that much with Embiid on the other side.
Yeah, 100%. I literally said, I think Vooch lays an egg. I don't know why. I don't get good vibes from it. I think Embiid's locked in, and it's not going to go well for Vooch.
Yeah, I like Embiid a lot, and the only reason I like Vooch is because he's a competitive center that's going to keep Embiid entertained in the game. So
Yeah, my biggest thing about Vucevic is I feel like he goes off in the first quarter, and he just kind of like slowly fades back into the game after that.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets a lot of usage in the first and then fades.
Well, okay, this is just our first game of the slate. So anything else you got from this one, or are you looking good to move on?
Yeah, I'm ready to move on from that.
All right. 8 p.m. game. We literally have a 7, an 8, a 9, and a 10 today. So 8 p.m. game of the day. We have OKC and the Grizz. What injury news you got for me?
Scrolling through quick, Avery Bradley's going to continue to stay out with a shin. Jaren Jackson's going to continue to stay out. Kyle Anderson will be out again. And Joakim Noah's got a Q.
All right, then. OKC, can never go wrong with the two studs. Russ, PG-13. Russ has just been on a different planet as of late. He's doing it all. He's scoring. He's even being like kind of like he's actually making more shots than he's missing. And the other one I have down, that 5,300. I'm always willing to take a shot on Grant. I talked bad about him like 3 games ago, but man, he's been real solid right now.
Yeah, another tough slate for this one. Oklahoma City and Memphis. If this game stays close, you're going to get a smash out of Russ and PG. I want to try to take some more value in this game. I think there's a spot where you can spend down and stack a couple higher plays in other games. I like the Grant call a lot. I think he could be in a good spot here tonight. But outside of I think like 3 or 4 guys, I don't like anybody else from OKC. I don't even like Schroeder in this spot. He's been pretty productive, but he's been playing big minutes. He's over like 33 minutes a night right now. And it's so hit or miss. He could play 33 minutes and give you 40 fantasy points. He could play 33 minutes and give you 20. I think if I was going to take anyone, it would be either one of the guys up top, PG or Russ, and then I'd probably flip it around and take a stack with Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm completely turned off of Steven Adams. He's basically left for dead right now.
I don't think Russ's play has been helping him out very much because Russ has been down on the assists, and he usually gets a handful of game from Adams on a couple dump offs, and
Exactly.
Adams just hasn't been getting there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Anything else you got from OKC or?
No, I'm kind of excited. This Memphis side's looking pretty juicy.
See, I guess I'm not feeling that way quite yet. Obviously, if Conley sits, I'm all in on Grizz players just doing dumb stuff for cheap. The only person, I mean, like I said, it'll switch up. If Conley decides to sit or something, I don't know if he will. The only person I've written down is I feel like you just can't fade him right now. He's been eating he's been very consistent the last like 3-4 games. Is Valanciunas.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, I don't know if I want to touch anyone from the Grizz unless Conley's out.
Yeah, Valanciunas is just he's a machine right now. I mean, the other night I wasn't super high on him, and he went out and he had 23 points, 24 rebounds, and 65 fantasy points. So he's a guy right now. And OKC is going to have a lot of shots between Russ and PG, and they don't shoot really high percentage, and he could just absolutely smash. 7,100 price tonight. He's probably got to be a guy that on a smaller slate like this, you need to try to fit in. And then again with Bradley out, you might find some value in DeLon Wright, who's been over 30 for a couple games in a row. But Tyler Dorsey is another guy who smashed that night Conley was out. But he also played 26 minutes when Conley came back the next night. Granted, it was a second night of a back-to-back, but if Conley or even Wright for any chance going down the stretch here sits out, Dorsey might be a guy that's going to continue to plug in and just pour it on.
You know, I'm all about Dorsey if Conley were to sit out. I just think it gives him more opportunities, more shots, and even I'm not even big on Parsons today. Like he kind of faded
Yeah,
last
no, I think
game.
his run of terror is winding down. He's getting tired, only playing 5 games. Just don't think he has the stamina right now to finish out strong.
And I just don't like the matchup. Small forward point for like he's going to be up against Paul George or Jeremy Grant all night. I just don't like that.
Yep.
Anything else you have from this? I mean, I was pretty quick on the Grizzlies. I'm not sold on anything if Conley plays.
This slate in general is tough, so it's good that we can go through and kind of mention a couple plays here and there, and then try to really pour it on for what we like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we can move forward.
All right, yeah, 9 p.m. game. We have our Suns and the Jazz. Definitely have a lot of injury news on this one.
Yep. So now Kelly Oubre, since we last talked, is going to be out for the year. They announced that he's just not going to come back. It's probably best for him going forward with the team. Tyler Johnson's going to remain out. He's missed 5 games in a row now with a sore knee. TJ Warren still is not going to be coming back from the ankle injury. Maybe he'll make a return this year, but I don't see it happening. Josh Jackson is now questionable with the ankle. He went out the other night. That's a questionable. And lastly, Dante Exum remains out. He's also done for the year with the torn patella tendon.
All right, yeah. Well, going off of with the Suns, not that I want to start about the Jazz, but the Jazz have just been beating up everybody that they should be beating up. Like, I mean, I'm not just saying going out and winning. Like, they are blowing teams out. The Knicks, the Bulls. Like, it hasn't even been competitive games. And I guess I'm a little worried that the Suns are just going to like come out, lay an egg, and only score like 80 points again because that's just the way the Jazz have been playing. One person I've written down because he's really the only guy you can trust is Booker. Like even if they only were to score 80 points, like Booker's going to have a high usage rate regardless. Really don't like Ayton against Gobert. Josh Jackson questionable. I don't like Bridges. Like I don't like anybody on the Suns really. They're just kind of garbage.
Suns are very, very tough. They're tough. We thought maybe Jimmer would come in and give you some value. He wasn't there. He wasn't ready.
Yeah, it's not 2011. I forgot.
Yeah. I really like playing Suns players. They're a young team. They're fast paced. They're always going to throw up a lot of shots, get a lot of rebounds. But like you said, outside of Booker, I don't even want to take a shot on Jackson. You could tell me Jackson's fully healthy, ready to rock, and I'm not taking a shot at that salary, 5,200.
I mean, I can understand. I can understand like a Bridges play for 5,100, but I feel like
Bridges is probably number two. If I had, it would probably be Booker 1, Bridges 2, and 8 and 3. And I don't even think there's a 4 and a 5 really for me.
there really isn't. Like
Aiton's very interesting for 7,000.
I mean, I can see it because like who else is going to score? But I just don't like dudes going up against Gobert, even though Gobert hasn't been like the Gobert of the past.
They just don't have a lot of depth at the center position. I mean, Raquan Holmes and Bender really don't offer much inside the paint. Those guys are kind of want to get mid range to 3-point, and Ayton end of season maybe turn up his usage a little bit and try to really level him out going into next season. But
Yeah,
I'm not even going to spend much more time. It's going to be Booker, Bridges, or Ayton in that order for me.
yeah, no, I'm cool with that. Absolutely. Like I said, it's just not even worth trying to buy low on one of these Suns players. On the Jazz side, I mean, I have a bunch of Jazz players written down but it's kind of been like another problem. Like they're all healthy, they're all just sharing the ball. They're like a not as good version of the Denver Nuggets. They're all doing something. No one's like going out and dropping 30, 40 by themselves. Like I have Rubio, Mitchell, Gobert, Favors, even Crowder written down. Like who's going to stop Crowder on the second unit? Any of these guys can go out and give you like decent value. But I guess if I'm going to buy on some, maybe like a Rubio or something where he's a little cheaper and he could 6x that price if he gets a double with assists.
Yeah, to that point, I could also see a couple of these guys sitting out tonight in a game that really doesn't mean anything for them. They really can't go anywhere else in the standings right now. So for them to come out and continue to try to beat up, I guess they could go to 6. So yeah, they can move. So yeah, they're in a must win. So they could move up. They could gain some ground on the Thunder and the Clippers. So yeah, they're gonna have to play everybody. And to your point, I like where you're going with the Rubio, but I think the best play on this team is Gobert. Because if this game stays remotely close, Gobert's going to see 30 minutes and he's going to crush Ayton.
Yeah, no, he's gonna grab. It could be like a 15 to 20 board night for him.
Yeah, this could be a 2020 Gobert at 8,000. That's gonna blow away a 5x.
I guess it just worries me, 'cause, and they're in Utah. I don't know how close it's gonna be.
Yeah, neither do I. But I think for a cash player like me, the safest floor on this slate is Gobert because I can get Mitchell's value elsewhere.
Yeah,
And,
100%.
and we didn't mention him, but Joe Ingles, he's still hanging around. He's getting you to a 5x every night, no matter what they put his price at.
Yeah, I guess I'm just always trying to exceed that value, and it's tough. Like like you say, he's a safe floor play for like someone.
It's a 4-game slate. We're gonna be scratching when we get down to these middle tiers.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, no, Jazz are gonna bang. Could be a blowout. Anyone but Booker on the Suns. Anything else you have from this one?
No, we're moving on pretty quick today, but they're not giving us much to work with.
No, they're not. There's just no like really like strong mid tier plays. It's gonna be like you got to pick a dude that you just got to go with your gut tonight, sort of thing. All right, late game of the night, probably I think one of the best games of the night. Nets and Trailblazers. What injury news do we have?
CJ McCollum for Portland still going to be out, and Alan Crabb's still going to be out for the Nets. And I read one more note about Shabazz Napier, but I'm not too concerned because he's not going to play either way.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Not with Dinwiddie and D'Lo healthy. Starting with the Nets, they're away. Can never go wrong with D'Angelo, 8,600. It's kind of weird. Like, it's almost like he knows, like, when he's shooting bad, it's like he becomes more of a distributor. He starts dishing the ball a lot more. But if he's shooting, then he ain't missing. He's going to drop you 30, 40. Yeah, like I said, Nets are always tough, man, when they're all healthy. You can never say no to Jared Allen. It all comes down to if he's going to give you the value that you want out of him. The other guy I have written down is, he hadn't played well in a long time. Maybe they're trying to get him fired up because they know they're going to need him in the playoffs. But Ed Davis for 3,800. But you're gonna need a double out of him,
Revenge game.
He was a Blazer, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Like I said, I mean, I might be reading he finally had a good game his last game after putting up about 8 straight duds. But maybe that means that they're going to start giving him a little bit more minutes down the stretch.
Yeah, so what I like to see right now from the Nets is that Kenny Atkinson's kind of closing down the rotation. It's really helping out us fantasy guys as we wind down our fantasy season for the NBA. And a guy that we're seeing a little bit more is DeMarre Carroll at 4,400 against a Portland team that is very, very mediocre against wing players. So he's a guy I think tonight that I could get some good value out of for 4,400 and fit somebody that's on the bigger price size. Jared Allen tonight's a fade for me. I'm probably the biggest Jared Allen guy out there, but 5,500 after his 9-9 first quarter against the Lakers to just totally disappear for the rest of the game, kind of put the nail on the coffin for me. And you can never go wrong with D'Lo against another good point guard. I mean, he's starting to get his legs going in the NBA as now he's an all-star and kind of got the face of the Nets franchise right now. And I think D'Angelo and Damian Lillard tonight could really go head to head.
Yeah. The only reason I didn't mention DeMarre Carroll is literally over his last 12 games, it's literally like he'll put up a game of 25 or more, and then the next game he'll put up 16 or less. It's actually incredible, his consistency of a good game than a bad game. And the last game he put up 23, so now I'm all worried.
At this point, though, the minutes are there, and Portland stinks against swing players. They're just terrible against the wing position.
No, I know, but even literally, he put up 36 on Dallas, 10 on Cleveland, 22.
Let me tell you something, Jimmy. You're going to be finding coming down on this 4-game slate that there's going to be no value, and DeMarre Carroll is going to sneak his way in.
Well, that's why I'm going to mention a guy on the Portland side in just a minute. Do you have anything else on the Nets?
No. I'm looking at a couple, but they're not playable for me. Go ahead.
All right, Portland. Lillard's my dog. With McCollum out, I mean, his usage rate has just gone through the roof. I'd rather
He's playing actual point guard. I wanted to throw that in there before we got too far ahead. He's actually taking the game over, and you see in these box scores a lot of 30 and 10s, and that's, I think, really helping us up as fantasy players as well. Sorry, Jimmy.
That's huge. I would rather buy Lillard for 1,000 less than Westbrook, spend that elsewhere, and still get right around, honestly, the same production. Maybe not rebounds, like Russ is going to Russ, but
The floor is better.
yes, exactly. I wrote down basically Nurkic. He can suck it tonight. I think it's the trap play of like trap plays today.
Yeah, that price is just incredibly low for a team against Brooklyn. I mean, they
Like they're
cannot
just
rebound
begging
anything.
people to take him,
Yeah, I know.
and I'm not falling for it. I know it's Brooklyn, but for some reason I think he's just going to put up like a 30-point stinker.
Yeah, it's hard. 6,900, Jimmy. There's not much going on. I'm gonna have to go through and really dig deep near the end of this afternoon when I hear the rest of the injuries. But
Well, see, I have two low end guys on the Blazers. I'm thinking, you
well,
know,
go ahead, keep rocking,
as
keep
long as he
going.
gets the minutes, I might buy low on Cantor for 4,000, just because he's like again he's playing the Nets. Nets are bad against the center. Cantor,
Yeah,
he gets up his shots, he gets up his boards. I figured if this is a chance for Cantor to put up a double double, give us great value at 4,000. Today's the day. He had a good game last game. Maybe they're going to start getting him a little more involved just for the playoff hunt. Because if even in the play, Nurkic gets a quick 2 fouls, you're going to have to turn to Cantor for big minutes as is.
yeah, for sure. The only thing I don't like about Canner is the minutes cap has been 20 since he became a Blazer.
I know
I'm
it's
scrolling
tough.
through and it's 16 to 20 and that's it. So
That's
if you
why
want to play the
I
two
did a double
foul game,
double
that's
on him.
awesome. I agree, and I agree. This is the matchup. But that, I mean, if you're playing GPP, you have to have a huge amount of stake in Canner. But for me, cash game, he could give you 30 or 10.
The other guy I wrote down, Seth Curry with no McCollum, has been playing really well. With Lillard playing as a true point guard, he's getting other guys involved, and Seth Curry's kind of taken over that role for McCollum. And for 3,800, I don't have a problem with him putting up 25 or more fantasy points.
Yeah, and to that point on the other side, Joe Harris, if he shoots really well, that means Seth Curry's going to have to match him from three. So I kind of like that call too.
Like he put up 16 shots against Dallas. He only put up 9 against Detroit, but he was efficient. Like he made 5 out of 9. So,
Yeah, he's another one like Redick tonight. If they get hot from three,
and
that's
like
really going to push their fantasy value.
people are still hating on like Brooklyn of the old, but like Brooklyn's going to make the playoffs. I know it's the East. I know it's going to be like a 6 or 7 seed, but they are
Yeah,
not a
no,
bad
for
team, and
sure.
they're going out there and running with other teams.
Yeah, if they could get a guy that could rebound that is 7 feet tall, that would really help them.
Ed Davis.
Yeah, I like it. Jared Allen's struggling, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, maybe that's why you came out and started to bang. But yeah, my biggest thing is trap play of the day is Nurkic. I don't know. They put that price there. They're just begging you to buy in on him. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he goes off and puts up 60, but I don't see it.
Yeah. It's Nurkic. That's all I got for you. If somebody told me that name, that would be an automatic fade in my
Yeah,
book.
no, I always seem to give him chance after chance, and I'm not falling for it today.
Neither am I.
Anything else you have from Nets Portland? Anything else you want to add in at all?
No, I think this is going to be a tough slate, but it could be one of those where we predict it. 230 will win, 250 will win, and then we turn around at 10:30 tonight, and the leader on the board is going to have 375. So
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days you just got to hit those like low $5,000 plays. The dude that's just gonna get silly.
yep, you need at least two to really pop off.
Big time. All right, that's going to bring us to the Penny Pincher morning rundown. Going to give you some of our favorite and least favorite plays. Who is your superstar lock of the night? Your 8K plus play?
It's going to be Embiid for me. I don't think I'm going to fade Embiid.
You can't, like I said. I mean, it's Orlando, it's Vucevic, but like Embiid, he just shows out for the big dogs. He wants to show you that he's the alpha.
Yeah, every time I think about fading Embiid, I look at his usage and he's playing like Cleveland 34 minutes, Atlanta 35 minutes, the Knicks 34 minutes. And if he's playing like big minutes against those teams, a team like Orlando that's actually has a chance of making the playoffs, he's going to be out there for 34, 35, and he's just going to crush.
Yeah, no, I have zero issue with Embiid. My guy, I'm sticking with him. I think I've used him the last 4 times that he's played, but Lillard is my dog with no McCollum. He is just doing everything. He's being efficient with it. He's putting up wild points as well as like he was 1 assist away against Detroit of doing it again. It's like Lillard's my guy.
Yeah, I've been running with him as well. And today he's down 200 salary from his Detroit game against a better team that's going to be a more competitive basketball game. I think I like the call.
Who is your bust of the night? Your superstar bust?
I'm well known for going back to the well on this guy, Ben Simmons.
Yeah, you are. You really do.
I'm not a Ben Simmons guy. I watch him play basketball and I say, wow, this kid could be incredible. And then I watch some of the things he does, and he was him and Embiid probably together would be like a Paul George Westbrook combo as far as fantasy production. Once they added Butler and Harris, it kind of there's a lot of mouths to feed, and I think Ben Simmons really hasn't gotten his.
Yeah, I'm all about Simmons. Embiid are one of the guys who seems to take on a little bit more, but I mean, who's going to guard him on Orlando though?
If I had to guess, it's going to be Fournier, Aaron Gordon.
They're gonna have like Augustine running around chasing Redick or something.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's the only way you can do it, or he's just gonna post them up all game long. My guy is I actually picked Vucevic, so same game, just different side. I just don't think Vucevic's gonna have a good game at all.
Yeah, his production's been going down because of either blowout or struggle. You know.
Like I said, like I swear, I always check the box score 6 minutes in, and he literally has like 10 and 6 in the first quarter, and I don't see Embiid letting him do that.
Yeah, me neither. I think he's going to get bottled up tonight.
All right, who is your under 5K play to 5X?
Scrolling quickly through here, I don't know how I can fade DeMarre Carroll.
Yeah, no,
4,400
dog.
4,400. I mean, he needs 23 fantasy points, and that seems to be where he's going to be. And I think maybe 2 games now he started in a row. So if he gets some minutes, and I'm going to continue to preach that Portland stinks against wings, and I'm going to live off of DeMarre Carroll getting me 23 plus tonight.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, I'm rooting for you. Don't get me wrong. I'm on the DeMarre train. I had the same guy, and I realized that that's kind of cheating for these next 2. So I'm going to switch it up. My under 5K to 5X. I'm taking my shot on Cantor, man. I think Cantor's going to have a great game today. Really do. He's only going to get us 20 minutes, but 4 times 5, if my math is correct, is 20. And if Cantor give me 20 points, I might as well just never do the podcast again.
It's risky, Jimmy. Putting a lot on the stakes.
Yeah, no, I live on the edge.
I could see it, though.
Yeah, no, I'm going Cantor. And that brings us to our final one. Who is your 6X play of the night? It can be anybody.
The biggest smash on this slate, and it's going to be kind of a risk for me. But if the minutes stay close, it's going to be Rudy Gobert. 8,000. I mean, he needs 42 and a 6X. If I did that right, yeah. And I think if that game even remotely stays close, 48. Sorry, okay. It's a little early for me. If that game stays close, I think it's going to be 20-20, 50 plus, and just a crush. I'm going to try to fit Embiid and Gobert in a lineup tonight, I think.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, my guy, really 2 guys I could go with, but I'm sticking with Seth Curry, man. He's playing great. He's had 2 solid games. He's getting like confidence because I'm assuming is he starting, or do they have Rodney Hood starting?
I think it's either like one night Hood, one night Turner sort of thing.
That's fine.
Because
regardless of getting the minutes, Hood's not getting the minutes. And that's why, yeah, Hood's still only playing like low 20s. I think Seth Curry hit the like 30 mark. Yeah, 28 Dallas and 32 at Detroit. So I think they're going to keep rolling him out there for good minutes. And if he's going to produce, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Close games. He's a good player.
Yes. Anything else you have at all about this slate? Looking good?
That's it. Just 4-game slate. And we got, what, 2 or 3 nights left before we go to MLB. So I'm excited to end the season strong.
Let's be great.
That's it, Jimmy.
That's it. All right, guys. Again, check us out on Twitter, man. We got our Budget Baller, singular, Budget Baller DFS. Check us out on YouTube. We got our own Twitter handles. We got at Matt Robinson, I think like 14. What? I don't even know your Twitter handle. I'm at Ettinger_James7. Is that yours?
Yeah.
I thought so. I knew you was a 1-4 somewhere. But hey, that's all for us, guys. Check us out and all of that. Hopefully you guys bang. I know we're going to bang tonight. Confidence through the roof. You guys have a great day.
Take care.